individualistic. Now you guys remember what I told you was the first tendency, right? Anybody? Shamelessness, widespread of shamelessness. Alright, so let's try to make a connection between, I'm going to try to, make you guys see how those two are related. When you don't have a strong connection with your family, not only do you not love them, but you don't, or not care for them, but you also lose respect for them. Is that right? So if you, and this is very common among youth today. It is very common in public schools in this country that young people will talk about their parents in a derogatory fashion to each other. Yeah, man, my dad is just retarded. It's this, that, and the other, We all talk about this like this at school. Come on, you guys know what I'm talking about. I've been there. I've been to high school. So that is all they talk about. And don't think Muslim kids are an exception. They don't have some kind of special blood running in their veins. They're not immune to this disease, so-called. And so they get influenced by it too. And I'm talking about Islamic schools too. Islamic schools, it's the same thing. So they're not immune from this kind of garbage. They get influenced, but when you lose respect for your family, it's impossible for you to respect someone else's family. Because if you don't care about your own family, why would you care about others' families, right? So it's impossible for you to respect somebody else's family. Isn't that true? So that girl that is walking down the hall, barely dressed, and the picture you're seeing on the TV screen, and you don't even think for a second that she could be, somebody's daughter, somebody's wife, somebody's sister, somebody's mother. So you don't even think about that because you don't respect your own family, so you don't respect about her family, you don't care about her family. So instead of thinking you're like, I don't care if she doesn't have respect for herself, but I should have more respect for her being another human being. Because I wouldn't want somebody to look at my wife, my sister, my wife, my daughter like that. So we don't think in that way. So if I have respect for my family, naturally it gives me respect for the others' families. But when respect for your own family isn't there, the second argument's gone, right? If you don't have the first part, how are you going to have the second part? So I don't want to share too many specific examples in our Muslim society today, but because they're really depressing, but I'll share maybe one or two. Like I remember this one brother and sister, they were going to prom together. Prom. They're Muslim kids, they're going to prom together. He has his date, she has hers. And they're Muslim kids, like I said, and they're going to prom. And the brother is okay with that. He's basically lost his chivalry, He's basically lost that honor a Muslim man has to have, protect the honor of the sister, So he's like, if I have a date and she's got a date, it's all good. We can save a little bit of discount on the limo because, we're riding together. So that's what they're thinking. Subhanallah. I mean, where's the manhood gone? Where's the sense of shame gone? So that was the second tendency of the society. Did you guys catch the relationship between the first and second now? So I've given you two so far. Spread of shamelessness and extreme individualism. Here's the third one. I'll try to make it really simple so you guys can understand. Where does respect come from? For young people, where does respect come from? So all the youth can answer now. All the kids in high school. Alright, fine, I'll answer. So I went to high school in a long time ago. I went to high school in 1875. I'm old. I don't even remember any of it. So when I went to high school, this is where respect came from. If it's changed, let me know, correct me. So there's a lot of high school kids. Most of them are high school here. So correct me if it's changed since then. So respect came from the brand of clothes you wear, the kind of things you say, who you hang out with, and You know what kind of clique you belong to? There's like all these different cliques in high school. I know this. Like there's jocks, there's nerds, there's geeks. You know, there's who else is there? Oh, the devil worshippers. Those guys are cool. Those guys are cool. So the emo kids and all these people that are in high school, all these cliques. And so you got all these different cliques, and depending on which clique you belong to and how high up you are in the hierarchy. Oh, and by the way, the more obnoxious you are, the more disrespectful you are to the teacher, the more scene you could create in the cafeteria, the more loud you are, the cooler you are, the more popular you are. Isn't that right, all the kids over here?
Yep.
See, there we go. Maybe it hasn't changed since 1875. Alright, so, in Islam, it's the opposite. The more humble you are, the more quiet you are, the more polite you are, the more manners you have, the better you are. So in high school culture, that's like completely opposite of what we are supposed to do in Islam. And the more opposite you are, the cooler you are, the popular you are. And so the more arrogant you are, somebody looks you in the eye and you say, "What are you looking at, boy?" You know? Nobody can even look you in the eye. It's like, you know, you're Pharaoh reincarnated, basically, you know, because nobody can even dare to look you in the eye. So arrogant. The more you're like that, the more popular you are. And in other words, more than anything else, your respect comes from how shameless you are with your words and behavior, you know, your filthy words, and how self-absorbed you are. And everybody wants to be like you if you're that person. Or you want to be like someone who else is that way. Young people are always looking up to someone else in the high school, in school, I should say. And I know it's true, you guys, you know, don't say it, but it's all inside you. I want to be, you know, like Justin Bieber and cool stuff like that. I've heard stuff like that. Man, I wish I had what that guy has, you know. He's got everything, and so that guy's got it, and they're jealous of that, you know. They're jealous of that, and girls have it too. I'm not, you know, just pointing at the boys here. Girls have it too. So there's this, you know, girl who barely dresses in clothes and extremely shameless, has no respect for herself whatsoever. Might as well put her at a zoo, you know, showing herself off like that. And the other girls see her and say, "Wow, she's really popular. I want to be just like her." You know, all girls think like that. You guys don't have to admit it, you know. I know that. It happens. And that is what's going on in their heads. Even if they don't say it, it's going on in their heads. You make them go to Sunday school, and you make them go to, I don't know how many of you made your kids come to this youth group. You make them come over here and say astaghfirullah, but at school, they're thinking this. They're thinking, "Oh my God, I want to be like that. I want to be like that."